Hello, my dear YouTube. Okay, we should be live right now. I hope it's not lagging. I feel like I need to get better at going live on YouTube. But I guess it's only really kind of a matter of time before just getting more comfortable with this. But yeah, okay. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. We're live again. We're continuing on with our little mask series. We have this little mask that I've been working on. It's kind of like this superhero mask that I wanted to make, obviously, to give you a quick recap. And, it kind of like this shape right here. This was the original shape that I wanted, something like this. But just for a test, I kind of made it a little bit round. Something like this, right? And this is actually supposed to go above like this, and then just kind of you could tie it around your head and it'll be kind of cool. But kind of doing this, like the one thing that I've been wanting to do was make the nose part kind of flare out a little bit, right? Hold on, sorry. Make the nose flare out, right? And I've been doing a little bit of research off stream, kind of on how to do this. And I think I'm going to be doing it today. I'm going to be trying it again. This is the only really sample mask that I have right here. But I think I'm going to make a new one, right? This is like something that I use to practice the bias edging. You can see, because I think the first challenge was the eye holes, right? And that's where I learned about the bias. And I think now I need to kind of learn about darts. I think darts is the answer. I still don't know, but let me give you an example of something that I made, like just kind of off stream, right? To kind of practice. And I think you'll be able to kind of see a little bit clearer about what it is that I'm actually trying to accomplish with this. So this is like a test piece of scrap fabric that I was playing around with, and you can see right here. I'm hoping I want the nose part to kind of flare up, right? So when you kind of put it on, then it will just kind of like flare up and have space for your nose, and then this will be your eyes right here. But I just put a little tiny dart right here as a sample, and I don't know. I think today we're just gonna be playing around with, I guess, the darts, because this is my first time like actually making the darts and just kind of playing around with it. And I'll cut out brand new fabric, and we'll cut out eye holes. I won't do the bias binding because that kind of takes some time, but I just want to get the general shape. And yeah, I thought this looked really cool actually. So hopefully in the bigger mask, it will make a lot more sense here, right? This is where I actually want it. So let's go ahead and let's go over to our cutting thing, and we will start cutting out a new fabric. Hang on, let me do this real quick. Exposure. Okay, focus, apply. Okay, I'll be right back. I think I need to take care of something real quick too. Be right back. All right, my bad. All right, we're back. Okay, we're gonna use some of the same fabric, and like I said, we're just gonna cut out the shape of this mask right here, and we're gonna just kind of practice trying to get the nose curve correct today. I think that's gonna be the challenge, and I think that's gonna be something good to work on today, actually. So let's get this going. Okay, let's see. I'll adjust this a little bit. This table is a little bit crooked. Yuck. Okay, kind of like this. Is that good? Don't. This, like this. Okay, we'll call that good. I think this is the fabric that we're going to be using. Is that enough? Kind of. Okay, I guess it's straight up there, so on the top it's going to be straight. So I think I can just cut it along this pink line, and then we'll have a smaller piece of fabric to deal with rather than the entire thing. Along this pink line. Okay. Pink line. Uh-oh. I'm not really sure what I use my other piece of scrap fabric for on this other side. That's missing on this other side, but we're gonna practice this. I'm actually really excited because I feel like once I get this nose part down, right? I mean, I think it's fine. Like the mask it kind of is fine the way it is right now, but I just want to have that little nose flare. I think that's gonna just kind of give it that final touch that this mask kind of needs. And then once we have that, then I think Eve last time mentioned something about like the interfacing to kind of, and then we could start like playing around with stuff like that too. Oh, on this side, it looks like it's enough for one more, but we'll deal with that later. Today, I think we're gonna primarily deal with this mask, and then we'll make the pattern, and then we'll start cutting it out too. I guess we'll draw the pattern on. And then here, sorry, we'll just do this real rough. I think it was like here was the straight part on the top, and we'll get like the edges kind of even like this. Okay, I guess this is where clips kind of come in handy too, maybe. I feel like this cutting part is still a little bit new to me. Like I guess especially like when you're working with patterns. This is a pattern that I made by myself just by kind of tracing out my face outline. But other than that, okay, let's do this one. And then we just need to cut out the edge and the eye. So I guess we'll do the eye first. The eye hole. Maybe it would have been better for me to do it from the back of the fabric, the wrong side of the fabric, but I don't know if that really matters. So we'll just do it from here. And all this is like super like customized to my face, right? And like even this pattern that I made is something that I really did not know what I was doing. So everything here is self-taught. And I just been having some help from a few really helpful people. That's in chat. Magic, I tell you. Eve, hello. Okay, so today I kind of played around with the bias, or not the bias, sorry, darts, and I want to make like another mask where I could just kind of play around with the darts. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of making a quick template so that I can just kind of practice and play around with darts, because I think I made one, but I'm not really sure if I did it correctly. But I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here, Eve. Thank you. Uh, it's a Monday night right now, and I don't know. I feel like if I can just get this nose part, then I feel like I can really start working on like the finalized version of this mask. But no matter how much I kind of played around with a dart off stream, it's still really, really awkward, right? It's still really awkward. Oh, let me show you actually what I actually did with my dart. So this is a little piece of like scrap fabric. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, if you can see, this is a piece of scrap fabric, really small square, and then I just kind of made a dart on the bottom, and it instantly kind of gave this shape that I'm looking for. But because this is so small, I wasn't sure if this is like gonna translate to like the big one. And I really wish, like, I don't know, I feel like this part is a little bit too wide right here for the tip of the nose in the middle. So that's why I thought I needed to make like a full-size mask versus like this really small, and then just kind of play around with the darts and see what I can do. But this is what I was kind of going for, this shape where it doesn't really lie flat and the nose part kind of pokes like 3D, you know? And so I think that's what we're gonna be playing around with today, and it's gonna be kind of fun, actually. Well, I mean, tell me like while I'm doing this, tell me about your project. What are you making right now? And I feel like I do want to make scrunchies. Like ever since you kind of talked about scrunchies, I was like, oh, that'd be actually really really fun to do, fun to make, fun to do. And I feel like even cutting fabric, I'm doing it a little bit wrong. Uh, let's see. Yes. Okay. Cool. 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 Yeah, you make the dart first. Exactly. So, okay, when we're talking about darts, um, you'd have done it double layer and turn it inside out. Yeah, I think I'm not. I have to get into the like. I think the mentality, because for me, all I'm thinking about is like single layer, right, and all that stuff. But I think I have to get into the habit of like sewing layers, different layers together, and kind of just creating a final look, I guess. But I'm still new. But like this mask, the whole reason why I made this bias is because we had this raw edge inside the eye hole, and I guess this is like one of the main techniques, kind of like cover up the hem on these rounded kind of places. But when I look at this, it's so thick, right? It's so thick looking. This is 1/4 of an inch like hem. And so I think the darts have to start on the edge of the fabric. It starts on the edge and it works its way in. So I'm not really sure how that's gonna do. And like kind of looking at this, I'm already thinking like, damn, this is gonna be a little bit challenging when I look at this kind of thing. So I don't know if the bias is the way to go, or maybe this is a 1/4 inch bias. Maybe I need to do an 1/8 of an inch or something, because this looks like it's too thick, I feel like. And so that's what I had on the back of my mind while like just trial and error on this. But like I don't know, I feel like I don't know why I want this nose piece to like pop out like 3D, like give it shape. And that I feel like if once I have that, it's just like this project is gonna be kind of complete, or this pattern at least. And so that's why I wanted to like figure this out kind of today, by playing with the darts and stuff. Did you check out how interfacing? Yeah, I also did the interfacing too. Yes, I looked at the interfacing, and that is something that I want to. So I have a quick question about that too. So interfacing, I think there's like different types of interfacing, and the one that I saw that was like really commonly used is you press it on, right? You press it on to the back. But I'm wondering, so if you have interfacing, then you need to have also like a lining face, right? You need to have pretty much another layer. So it's like three layers. So I was like thinking the entire time, like, wow, this is gonna be so thick once you have this front fabric, and then you have the interfacing, and then the lining. So it's like three fabrics deep. So I did look at it, but I think today, like, I'm like so focused on getting the shape of the nose. So I'm just gonna cut out the eyes, and I think that's gonna be like the next progression of this project is like finding out how to put everything together, I think, without making it too bulky. That's what I'm kind of getting kind of worried about now, is like all the added bulk. I think that's about to happen once you start adding like the interfacing and also the lining, right? I think the lining is kind of important too. I mean, maybe not as important as the front, but yeah, I don't know. But I'm like really kind of getting into making these masks, and I've been looking at how to make like full head masks too. And those ones, I think a lot of the tutorials that I saw, kind of like the Spider-Man head mask, like that basic shape, but they use I think spandex, like 100%, not 100%, but they use very stretchy fabrics, and I think once you start adding stretch to the equation, it becomes completely different. And so yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens, because I think it'll be fun. Kind of progressing from this kind of this is supposed to be honestly kind of basic, but it doesn't really feel big. I feel like there's a lot of techniques that you can incorporate into this project to make it kind of like challenging, right? And so I have like different ideas on where to kind of go after this, but I think I still require like a little bit more like skill and just learning about different techniques, and then kind of just doing it more. That's why I tried to come on live earlier tonight, just so that I could have as much practice with this darts, because it's so new to me, right? I still don't really fully understand how it works, but I think tiny strips will work as interface for the eyes, dart the nose with just a little stitch. Yeah, sew around the little edge, turn it inside out, then zigzag again. So you're talking about, instead of doing the double bias, just do the zigzag stitch, right? Yeah, I was thinking about that too. The finish, how to finish and stuff. And so yeah, the zigzag stitch to finish, definitely something I haven't tried. But I think I should, because it's so thick. This thing is like thick, and so I think it was a good practice to make it, but in reality, it just kind of doesn't make sense to do it. So I think I might have to probably zigzag stitch the edge. But let me see, because I feel like there's a lot of really good tips right there where you just wrote it. But hang on, let me get this eye hole like this. Just zigzag stitching the edges to finish the raw hem. Interesting. Especially because I'm only doing one layer. But I guess in sewing, you're not really sewing one layer at a time, huh? It's always like at least two layers kind of sandwiched. So I guess even the mask is supposed to, something like this, it's supposed to have like kind of a lining, I guess, I suppose. But with interfacing, I was reading, does interfacing kind of work as a lining? And the answer was like, no, not really, because I guess the interfacing, the whole point of interfacing is to kind of give it structure and rigidity and shape, which kind of definitely this mask needs. Nose part's long if you want to dart it, because it'll be okay. So let me show you the plan, right? So in order to do it something like this, right? To do something like this, where it's like kind of pointed, and I wanted to try this, is first I'll, fold this mask in half, and then I'll just make a very short, let me try to draw it. I'll make a very short dart, like a very tiny dart, because I don't want anything like too big. And let me just see how it turns out. So the dart is gonna be like this, very wide. And then let me see what it looks like actually, because I'm actually kind of curious. And because of this sample, like that's the whole reason I wanted to cut out another one. And I didn't do this because this one already had the bias. And I was like, there's really no way for me to kind of do this without it bulking up like crazy. That's why I just cut up another sample. Of course, this time it's a little bit more true to the original shape of the pattern. But let's try it. Let's try it. I'm really curious how this is going to turn out. But yeah, I feel like the structure of these, what I'm doing isn't really correct, right? Because I'm just doing like one layer, and I think in reality you're supposed to have it where it's actually like two layers or multiple layers of fabric sewn together. But I don't know. I guess this is a good learning experience for first project at least. Okay, let's try this. Okay. So yeah, I guess whenever you sew these darts, you just kind of fold the fabric right sides together, and then you just make a line starting from the tip, and then I realize like these camera angles, you can't really see it when the hand is like kind of in the way right there, huh? So there's a line, and I'm just gonna sew, it's a very short line. And hopefully we'll see what this, if you see that diagonal line, that's gonna be pretty much my incredibly small, and hopefully it works. My dart. Okay, so let me line up the needle to the start. Okay, right there. And then just kind of go. Wow, that's only 3 stitches. Yeah, it's just 3 stitches and it's done. That's a dart. I hope this works. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so you can't one that sewing is creative. That one just looks cute. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I guess that's like I have to get more advanced techniques. Just complicate it with more layers. I'm not gonna. I think originally you're not really supposed to back sew this, because it makes it really bulky, and you're supposed to just tie a knot and just do that. But I'm gonna keep the threads loose, because if I mess up, I want to kind of adjust it. So I think what you have to do is, now that I have this sewn, this line sewn, you just kind of fold it to one side. And I think you're supposed to press it, but I'm not gonna press it now, because I probably should press it. All right, let's press it. Because I didn't really want to sit on my little sewing thing. But let's press it. Hold on. My cutting table is my sewing table, and there could only be one at a time. Okay. There's this. Okay. And then yeah, here we're gonna just press this little tip. If you want to see this, let's go here. Oh, it's so bright. Okay. Just like this. Just right at the tip. Not too much. Sorry, it's like super overexposed. It's kind of annoying. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, and then let's see what it looks like. So I'm expecting that when I unfold this, that this is gonna create a little bump at the tip, and hopefully that I can, when I put it against my face, hopefully there's like a little curve up. That's what I'm really expecting. So let's see. So where can I put this where you can see it? So there's that, and then it's kind of pressed up, and then we just kind of flip it inside out. And oh, it's a little pointed nose. Oh, it works, kind of. It looks more like a cat nose, actually. Dude, okay. I'm actually kind of surprised it worked. It's like it looks like more of a, it's not really what I expected, but it kind of works. It looks like a raccoon nose or something. Hang on, sorry. Oops. Okay, hold on, sorry. I actually did something wrong. Okay, but it's not quite exactly what I expected, but it's like a nose at least. That is that what I want though? It kind of is, but it's not what I actually had in mind. Okay, let me try it on. Let me try it on. Maybe it'll look better. Okay, so here we go. This is the mask. See, I think the problem with the dart is that it has a little like bottom thing. Dude, this looks like a raccoon mask. It's actually kind of cute, but let's see. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, so this is what I was like kind of worried about. So the tip of my, like the bottom of my nose, this thing kind of hooks onto the bottom of my nose, and then, you know, sorry about the fireworks. There's a lot of fireworks going on, but I can't even see it though. That's a problem. I can't even see properly. This is not what I really wanted though. I mean, it's kind of cute because it looks like a little animal mask, I guess. It has that like kind of like animal shape, but it kind of lifts too much on the side, right? On the bottom, I didn't really want it to like have that little cup on the bottom. So right now, when I put it against my face, it kind of catches the bottom of my nose. If that's let me see if you can see it actually. So should be between, the dart is upside down. You can wait. What do you mean the dart is upside down? See, that's why I was really confused about the darts, because like if you look, the dart should be between the eyes. Okay, so this is a mask, and this is that little nose area where it created some lift like this. If you look, there's a lift, right, where it goes here. And then, so I just wanted this little lift, but this is not the lift that I want, that I'm looking for. So I think I need to, this is what I wanted to play around with today. And so if you kind of look at it from like this angle, then it does look like kind of it lifts up like a nose, like a kind of a cute raccoon or cat nose. But when you actually put it on, like this bottom flap right here, it kind of catches the bottom of my nose. So let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna redo this. I just opened it up like this, but where do I put I don't get where I put the darts, because from when I was like looking this up, the tutorials are just about darts. Nobody really has anything like this, but like I imagined I was supposed to put it like there too, in the middle of the eyes, but it doesn't really work. The lift should be should be between the eyes. The lift should be right above the lips, right? So you pinch below the eyes. Okay. So this is my nose right here. This is my this is all it's coming down to. This is supposed to be the tip of my nose, and then I want this part, like I want it to be like kind of like let me put it in blue, where it like rises slightly to give it like a nose shape. This mask, like if my nose is like here, then I just want this part to like kind of rise up, if that makes sense, right? But the one I just did, it didn't really work out. So like I want this part to be like kind of, I want this part to be kind of like lifted up, if that makes sense. So the fabric will come out kind of like this, right? Like something like this almost. This is so like something like this, right? I want my fabric to like lay like that, exactly like this, where it's just like kind of, you'll see a little like this little mountain shape right here, where it kind of just curves, has a natural curve for the nose to just kind of rest on gently, like exactly like this. This is what I want my mask to look like, where it's like this. But I can't get it, because right now I just tried to do the dart, but it kind of worked, but it's not exactly what I want. So let me see, hold on. Pinch the yellow or white above your mark. Okay, the yellow, pinch it. Okay. Yellow. So just right here, I guess pinch it like this. So I'm assuming like you want me to like pinch it maybe here, and okay, so let me make this, draw the center of the eye mask too. I'll do the fold lines. So I think you could get some reference too through the video. Okay, so there's a center fold. Let me mark the center fold. So it's like this, the center fold. So you want me to pinch it probably between the eyes, between the yellow or red. Okay, yellow. So I'm assuming you want me to pinch, you want me to start the darts maybe here, like here, and then end here. I'm assuming that's what you want. Because I've tried that too, but I always thought like the darts were supposed to start on the edge of the fabric, on the hem, right? Because I thought that too, like you could start maybe up here and then do this. But does that work? Which is why on this original attempt, you know, I pinched it right here. I started it right here and ended it right here. But I think what you're referring to is start up here and end on the tip of the nose. if I'm hearing that correctly, maybe. So how does it look to you? No, don't go down. You go from left to right. You wait, what? You go from left to right on the yellow dots? So pinch the yellow or white above your marked lines, okay? So I must right here, I guess it's okay, right? Pinch it right here and then go left like a hyphen or minus. So when you mean pinch, do you mean like do this? Like put it like this? So do I need to fold it in half? And then do a minus? So how does it, don't go down. See, oh, you have to go from left to right on the yellow dots, like a hyphen or a minus. Dude, this is amazing. I love this. Trying to get these explanations through text, it's so hard. Okay, but thank you for trying though. Thank you for helping. Because for me, I'm thinking darts. Like when you mentioned darts, and I was even thinking darts. I was like, oh, like I guess you're supposed to like pinch it. You know, but that's the thing that confused me about darts is, from all the explanations I heard, it's like the point where the darts meet is supposed to be usually like when you're doing your bust, right? When you're doing your bust, then it's like right on the where the apex of your chest is. That's where you're supposed to be the point where the two darts. So that's what I was thinking. Where the apex here is where the nose meets, but unfortunately, like that means that it has to start from like up here and then go down to the nose. So it just didn't make sense, right? Everything it just really didn't make sense. Does the ink on the yellow circle show? Yes. When I close it, yeah, right here. I think you can see it. So yeah, these are the original circles that I drew. Like right here. Let me just soak it with more ink. But yeah, you can see it through the fabric. So if I do more like this, right? And then I fold it in half so the right sides are together. And then yeah, it transfers over to the other side right there, and on the other side is right there. So maybe I should just soak it more so that they're both kind of even, like that. Okay, yeah, so it does show. It's right there, if you can see. But I think I kind of get what you're saying, where you want to not go down in a triangle like a traditional dart, but make it go like. But I never really seen that example before where it goes like a minus sign. I'm assuming you want it to go like here, but I don't understand how that would make it flare up. But I'm just trusting the process. I'm trusting the process because I have no idea what I'm doing. And so from the dot to the edge stitch a little minus, right? Okay. So from this state, from the dot to the edge, stitch a little minus, right? What's a minus, right? Okay. So from the dot to the edge, stitch. Okay. So I'm assuming you're saying from here, like stitch like this to the edge. Okay. Oh, I almost dropped my scissors on my leg. Like that? Okay, we'll try this. Because this seems kind of new and okay, and this seems promising. Oops, let me rethread my thing. This sounds promising. Oops. Fingers crossed. Okay. Yeah, I'm so curious if this... See, I didn't even consider that. Because from when I look up darts, everything that just kind of comes out is all about like bust, hips, shoulders, waist, those kind of darts. But something like this where it kind of gives that volume up, no, I don't really see anything about it. So okay, let's try this. I never done it too. Okay, so we'll do it right there, and then I guess we'll put this down, and then put it right up to the dot. Yes, and then I wonder why vertical. I wonder why or the minus sign, but and I'm assuming no backstitching because in case we mess up, then we can just kind of undo everything and try it again. Oh, right to the edge. Okay. Okay, so here's oh dude, did I rip the no, I didn't rip the fabric. Okay. I mean I was reading how people kind of said like sewing, when you're sewing stuff, it's kind of like origami where you have to like put things together in like 3Ds and then just try to like craft and manipulate the fabric. Okay, so that's it. Do we just open this up? Okay, so here we go. So we just open this up like this. I don't really see this work, or maybe I have to, oh, maybe push it out like this. I don't really see that working either. I mean, if I just unfold it, then it kind of looks like this. But I'm trying to, like in the back, maybe force it forward, but I feel like that's making the seam like kind of about to pop right here and rip. So if I press it really flat, then it's just kind of like, this part's supposed to be flat and like this. And this part's supposed to pop out like up here, kind of like this. I mean, I guess it kind of has a shape. Wait, hold on. Is that working? Let me see. Like this. I can kind of see it, but let me see. Hold on. It is kind of making the shape. Interesting. It is making the shape. No, it is definitely a lot closer to what I wanted, I think. Do I need to press it? Okay, but the only thing that's kind of different, I guess, is the only thing is there's this fold right here of fabric. If you can see it right here, right along the eyes. That's the only part, but I think but the cool thing is if I do pin these down like this and this, then you can see the edge of the nose kind of goes up exactly what I want, like exactly like how I want it, right? It goes up. And I think if I ironed it, but then there's this weird fold right here in the middle too. And there's like all this extra fabric that kind of gets created right here. But I mean, I guess that's an option because it does kind of fold up exactly like I imagine. Hold on, let me iron this tip because I think I ironed it before and it's kind of making it like stiff. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. I mean, it does kind of have the shape, but I think in getting that shape, it's having that unintended consequences. like of making this like, it almost looks like a butterfly right here on the eyes. Did it inside out? Do you see? It's kind of like, I mean, the nose part does kind of stick out. The nose part definitely does stick out. But then it's left with a bunch of fabric here, which is, I don't know what to do with this then. Like you see all this fabric that gets bunched up right here. Inside out. Does that mean we did it inside out? Let me see. So if we did it, you want me to do it the other way then? Put the wrong side of the fabric together? But then it'll just be this, right? If we did it the other way. Then it'll be like this. Interesting. Should yellow side, doing it on the yellow side? We did it on the wait, we did it on the yellow side. You mean do it on the wrong side? But okay, let's just say that this is the right side of the fabric. If we did do it the other way, then it would just be like this, where it kind of works, but it looks like it's pinching. Maybe pinching. Oh, so I guess just it gets pinched right here, and then like this. So then it will look like this. It will look like this. Oh, is that what you're going for? Like something like this, right? So let's just say this is the right side of the fabric. I really wish I can see. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of work, I think. Let me see. Face. Does it work? Let's just say this is the right side of the fabric. But then the eyes get wonky though, because it's like the fabric gets pushed in on the inner corners of the eye, and then it becomes like super cat eye, and it's like poking into my eyeballs. But it does kind of make that shape though. You're right. It does kind of work though. Let me see. Does it lie flat? Yeah. See? Let's just say, this is the reverse. Then if we stitched it like that, then it does kind of make it just pop up a little bit. Like when it's, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Huh, interesting. Then maybe instead of doing it that much, I think we could do it less. It won't be if you when cutting the initial. Okay, hold on. Let me try this then, because I feel like this kind of works. And then let me do it the other way with the right sides, the wrong sides together. And I feel like maybe this might be the key. Hold on, let me press this real quick. So I think that is the right way. Maybe, but I think I just did it a little bit too long. So I think if I did it shorter, it might give it the shape, like just enough for it to pucker out a little bit without affecting the eyeballs too much. Let me see, hold on. Let me iron out all the wrinkles. Okay. Okay, on the yellow. So what do you mean on the, so before I did it, I started from here. Let's see. I started from here and then I went all the way, but I think that was too much. So I think I need to start from like much shorter, maybe like seriously like a few stitches, like maybe like almost like here to there, I think. On the yellow, and I think when you're saying on the yellow, do you mean like right on the border of the yellow and red? Like right here? Should I try here? So that it's further away from the eyeballs? Okay, let's try that. I think that might work. This is, yeah, no, actually the shape is exactly kind of what I wanted, but it's kind of affecting the eye shape too much. So I think just having like a few stitches kind of it might be the answer. Let's see. So get it right on the edge. And then is that it? 1, 2. Only 2. Okay, then I feel like I need to. Well, I don't want to backstitch this because I might need to like pull it out. Okay. On the yellow means the good side, not inside out. Oh, okay, like exactly like that. Okay, exactly. Okay. So we're gonna try again. So hopefully it works. I think it might be good this time. Well, maybe. Let's see. Kind of nervous. Okay, here we go. So, if you can see, let's see. How does it look? Okay, I kind of press this out. Yeah, so I think kind of going further down, it kind of affects the eyes less. Let me press this side. Let me press this flat because I just kind of pressed it so that the line would be a little bit visible on the right side. But I'm gonna press this flat, and then I'll show you the results. But I think it does look kind of much better actually. Oh, this is kind of cool. Okay, so I just pressed it flat. Should I have pressed this flat too? Okay, let me press this too a little bit. Just open it up. Okay. And now when it sits, then it kind of does have that shape that I'm looking for. Yeah, you're right. It does have that shape. Let me see. But I'm just trying to see if the eyes, it kind of pinches right there. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Just that little pinch is all it takes to bring this up. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you right now, this is the shape that I wanted. Yeah, this is exactly the shape. Thank you so much. This is exactly the shape that I want. This little nose bump, right? So yeah, thank you. It worked. That being said, now I think this introduced kind of like another problem. Not on this side. This is exactly what I wanted. But let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put it on. Dude, this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly. Yeah, like this notion. Okay, cool. Wow. Yeah, that was it right there. I really can't see. I can't see. This is so bad. Okay, all right. So the nose shape, I think we took care of that problem, that issue. We definitely kind of did it. Now, the only other issue that I'm seeing is, okay, so that's the tip of the nose on this side, but where the bridge kind of starts right here, it's still kind of it's still bulky, right? Or it's not bulky, but it just kind of pinches the fabric. It's like in a weird way. Is there nothing that we can do about that? Like right here, right where it starts, is there? I feel like there isn't, unless I make this. Okay, so unless I think the only way to kind of solve this issue is when I sewed this part, this is only 3 stitches. And I think the only way to kind of solve it is to do 2 stitches to make it as small as possible. I think that's not really kind of the only way to do this. Wow, I'm actually really, really excited about this. Thank you. I see. I would have never even in a million years guessed to do it from the center to the side, right? Because everything about darts was from the hem to the point. That's why that original um when I started originally, like it was like it kind of gave off this really like raccoon or cat shape or whatever. But okay, I think let me try this one more time. I think we're on the right path. So that's so interesting. Just that really simple addition or that minus sign kind of gives this much results. So I think I need to do like 1 or 2 stitches, like literally 1 or 2, and it will kind of solve the issue of it being like super like kind of puckered out right at the tip. So let's try right here. Do it a little bit above, or I guess I could do it at the same spot. I guess it wouldn't really matter. Wow, this is so, I'm like so hyped. Thank you, Eve. Okay, let me do this. So this time I'm just gonna do maybe 2 stitches, literally 2 stitches. But I guess I need to get it like right at the edge, right at the tip. It needs to start maybe right at the tip. It's like super accurate. Okay, go there, and I'm just gonna hand crank it because I feel like with the pedal, I still don't really have too much pedal control. So it'll be 1 and 2. Okay, literally just 2 stitches. And dude, I feel like if I yank this, it's gonna rip the thread or something. Either way, sew by hand and then exactly. Okay, so will this come through? Kind of. Let me see. Hang on. Oops. Okay, I'm actually so excited to see how this is gonna turn out. I feel like just this 2 little sewing threads is gonna make this much of a difference. Is gonna be actually kind of surprising. Okay, here we go. So yeah, perfect. Wow, you see that little flare? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That little nose flare is what I'm talking about. And I think I'm gonna try to let me iron this out. Let me try to iron out this crease, and I think I could maybe iron this out, and then that little nose bump is exactly what I was wanting right there. So I'm actually really excited. And this little pinch on this side, it doesn't look as bad as before, right? But I'm wondering, is this gonna hold? Yeah, this. So I think I just need to press this down just from there, and then it'll have this little nose flare that I'm looking for. Wow. Okay, make this hot. Okay. And then the other side. Wait, does that even make that much of a difference now though? Because I feel like it's too small. Let's see, hold on. Okay, I just pressed it. And I think my thread just came through. I think 2 stitches might have been too small. I think it just came, I think it just came undone. Dude, it just came undone. Shoot. Okay, I guess I could do it again, but okay, maybe I should backstitch it into place so that it doesn't come undone. Ugh, unfortunate. Okay, let's try it one more time. I think 2 is a little bit, especially like where it's pulling on the seams a lot. Actually, that's like a high stress area. I mean, it did give the shape that I wanted though. So I'm actually really, what is it? Hopeful about this technique. But let me just back stitch it. Let me do 2 forward, 2 back, and try to like lock it into place, because I feel like this is, it's too small to not backstitch. And then if I mess up, then well, I can just rip the seams and then try it again. But right here, so 1, okay, 2, okay, and now I'm gonna, well, maybe I should go back this and then forward like this and then lock it into place. Okay. And I don't think it should come out now. Yeah, I just hand cranked everything. The back stitch. I feel like even pressing, like, oh my God, I don't think that helps. Okay. When there's only a few stitches keeping this together. Oh, I guess I could cut the thread really close now. But let's see. Oh, that's so interesting, this technique. Okay, here's the big reveal. This is the Eve special. Okay, let me press this down again, because it somehow went back to the original shape of the folds. Dun, 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 dun. Interesting. There is a fold, but okay. This is what it looks like now, with literally 2 folds on each side. So it does have, man, I feel like it's still, like right here, it's still like kind of pinched weirdly though. Let's see, is there a way to, I feel like this is like the best that I'm gonna get, because this nose hump is exactly what I wanted right here. This is exactly what I want when it lies flat. But if there's a way to kind of improve it right here, I feel like right here, if it was flat here too, that would have been like super perfect. But I don't think it can lie flat. Maybe. I don't know, let me try it actually. But yeah, this is it. This is exactly what I wanted. This nose hump, yeah, exactly. This is it. Wow. I wish I could see it more clearly, but I'm assuming it's gonna look good. Yeah, I think just the pinch of the nose, like right here on the pinch of the nose, is where it's a little bit like wonky. But I think I'm nitpicking there. And I think with the final design, actually with the sequins and stuff, I don't think it'll even be that. I don't think it'll be noticeable. This part. So yeah, I think this is it. I think we got our final kind of design of this, where it like lies straight down, or where it lies flat, right here. Where it lies flat. Let me show you on this. Where it lies flat and has this nose piece. Dude, that is so awesome. That is so good looking. That is so good looking. Okay. But how'd you even think about this? Honestly, how'd you think about this? Because this is exactly what I wanted, this little hump. This is what all this has been about. And I've been like kind of tormenting myself, thinking about darts and like making, there was like other techniques, right? I forgot what they were called, but there's like other techniques where you insert fabric here. But like, how did you even consider just making a little stitch to make it pop like that? That's amazing. Like I'm in awe right now, to be honest, because this is exactly what I envisioned. And I think now I can kind of continue on with this project, like, to be honest. So let me see. Okay. So we have this. We have this right here. So I'm actually really excited that this is like actually progress. This is actually a major kind of progress, because now I don't have to deal with something like this, right? Where it's like kind of like hindering the bottom of the nose, like this style of the darts, which is, I guess it was good to learn this too, but I wanted more of an open nose shape versus this. This is the dart sample that I used that makes it look more like a fox. This is cute too, don't get me wrong. I think I'm going to use this technique somewhere else, but this is actually really cute. But I was looking more for something like this. So I guess the next step in this project is interfacing. But okay, I guess to kind of, if I wanted to like discuss this because I feel like sewing is a lot about just planning ahead, right? So now that we got this little delicate little bump right here, I feel like if I did use a bias, right, all around it, if I did use a bias, this bias is way too thick that it would destroy this bump that we tried so hard to create. This little delicate, the shape of the nose that we just created with this bias. So then I'm wondering, like, how am I supposed to finish this? How am I supposed to finish this hem? Because honestly, like this double bias, it was good practice, but I feel like it's too thick. I feel like it's way too thick for this mask. So I was like considering what other ways are there to finish this so that I don't have to have this like super like thick lining, especially on this nose part too, that I feel like it's gonna just, if you put a bias on it, it's gonna just completely destroy the natural nose shape that we just created. And I think you mentioned like a zigzag stitch when making ball gowns. The lower skirt is bulky and a lot, so you gather it or dart it style of bunching of fabric. Yeah, but this equal sign, it's like this minus sign, it's like that where you stitch it straight across. That's like something, I don't know, that just kind of blew my mind, to be honest, but thank you. But I guess, okay, now I'm wondering, what am I supposed to, how would you recommend me like finish the raw hem? Because if you look at the circles and the edges of this fabric, you know, it's all raw, right? It's all raw. And so especially in this circle, the eyes, I feel like the eyes, I need to do the bias hem because it's a circle. But maybe I could do like 1/8 of an inch bias instead of 1/4 inch. And I guess that's an option, is maybe do 1/8 of an inch bias all the way. But I feel like if I do a bias, it's gonna destroy this. It's gonna destroy this nose shape, which I think is like kind of a really important part of this mask. I really wish I had some. I should have got some interfacing, because now I'm wondering, does interfacing, like how this nose shape would have held up with interfacing, right? So that's what I'm really curious on, if this will still hold up with interfacing on the back. But I'm really happy with this though. This is exactly what I wanted. Like I'm like over the moon right now. How you saw we scaled it down to baby minus. Interesting. Yeah. So that's why I was trying to scale it down. But even a scaled down version ended up making it look like this. So that's interesting. So I mean, in your opinion, like this mask right here, it needs interfacing. So when I do interfacing, does that mean, like, you know, when I first cut out the fabric, do I interface the entire thing? That's how we'll be creative with baby interfacing. for each eye hole, baby interfacing for each eye hole. So I'm okay. So you're saying then just put patches, like a small patch of interfacing behind the eye, not the entire fabric, and then cut out the shape of the eye, right? Is that what you mean? Because now I'm trying to think, like, how am I supposed to hem these edges, these raw edges, and let me try to see what you wrote earlier about the whole zigzag thing. So I think tiny strips would work as interface for the eye darts. For the eyes, dart the nose, just little stitch, sew around, leave a little edge, turn it inside out, and just zigzag again. I think tiny strips would work as interface. Work as interface for the eyes. Because I feel like, okay, so when I look at these tutorials, like I did look up interfacing, and they're for like, when I see it, they do like big patches, right? Like let's say like a pocket. If they want a pocket to be stiff or something, they'll just have like a square, and then they'll just interface, like sew it, and then bind it in the back. But I think the strips would work as an interface for the eyes. Dart the nose, just a little stitch. Okay, I think we just did that. Sew around, leave a little edge to turn it inside out. Okay, I think I understand what you mean. 2 circles bigger than the eye holes. Okay. So let me plan this, because I don't have any interfacing material with me right now, but I think that's gonna have to be the next step. So I'm assuming, like I'm just gonna kind of draw this in the blue marker. So let me put this right here so I have more space. So I'm assuming before I cut out the holes, before I cut out the holes, should I have a bigger interfacing fabric, just that's a little bit bigger than the eyes, like this? Kind of like this around the eye, and then cut the little hole like this? Or did you want like strips? Did you want me to like make strips of interface, and then I cut the hole first and then just put strips on like this, like all around, like patchwork style around the eyes? I'm assuming you want this one, right? Where I just have like a bigger circle and then press it on, and then just cut out the normal shape, and then I guess you're thinking, I'm trying to read the comments that you wrote earlier, where you said just zigzag it. So I'm assuming it's sew around, leave a little edge to turn it inside out, and then zigzag the stitch. The patchwork style is stressful. Yeah. So I'm assuming you're talking about this. Just 2 circles bigger than the eyes, and just press it on, and then cut out the eyes. And like, how am I supposed to finish this circle though? The hem, because I guess the bias was my answer to this, right? This was the answer to this. But I mean, I did, if you want to look, this was this is a 1/4 inch bias, and I did a little bit of practice on this scrap piece of fabric, and here's like kind of the edge, or what I did a right angle, but this is a 1/4 inch too right here, right? If you look, it's gonna look the same thickness as this, the same width. Let me see, I'll try to show you, as this one, right? But if you look, I can actually do 1/8 of an inch, but it takes longer. This is 1/8 of an inch bias, this one. So I think maybe just finish it off with 1/8 of an inch bias. strip versus a 1/4 inch strip, so that it's just not as bulky, I suppose. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe I could even do like a bias, 1/8 of an inch bias strip on here, and then it wouldn't like completely destroy this nose shape. Oh, so I'm assuming zigzag. When you're saying zigzag, maybe just do it on, should I just do the zigzags on the edge? Like on this side, zigzag this side, all the perimeter of the mask, and then just do a bias maybe on the inside with interlacing. Okay, so I need then interlacing, and then also I also need what is that? A lining fabric too then. So that's gonna be interesting. Okay. Okay. Dart for the nose, interface for eyes, strap, then zigzag. Strap? Oh, strap. Okay, strap. Then zigzag for the edge. Oh, okay. Wait, when you say interface for the eyes, I still need to put a bias around the eyes though, right? To finish the hem? Because this, okay, for me, this is what interfacing, to me, this is, from my research, this is what interfacing means. So let's say this is my main fabric, and this is my main fabric. It already says main. And then what you do is you put it around, and then let's say that this is my interfacing fabric. Then you put this here. Right, this is like the shape of the eye, and then you put this here, and then you heat press this and fuse it together, right? And then afterwards, I'll cut out like the shape of the eye, like this, right? Like I'll cut out another like the circle inside, but doesn't that still leave raw edges that I need to like finish up? I think that's where I'm getting a little bit confused. Because once I fuse this fabrics together and then cut out like the inside circle for the eye hole, it's still gonna leave raw. It's still gonna leave raw edges for both the interface and on the main fabric. And I guess I'm gonna need a lining on top of this too, right? Which I guess you do later. Dude, this is getting so confusing now. But I think I get it. Like 2 of the 3 steps, I get it. The dart, then the zigzag for the edge, and then probably I get what you say interface for the eyes, but I feel like that still doesn't the finishing, it's not finishing the hem. I think that's like the last part of the equation, unless I just bias it, unless I just put bias on the make a tiny little hole on your main. Okay, you want me to? Okay, let me put a hole. Where's my scissor? Okay, I'm assuming you're talking about this fabric right here. I'm gonna make a little circle right in the middle, like this. Then you sew the edges of the hole. Then you sew the edges of the hole with zigzags. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. So I'm gonna make a little hole. Then you sew the edge. Okay, so I made a hole on my main. Oh, okay. So you're talking about, when you're talking about sew the edges of the hole, you're talking about interfacing. So this is my main. Just normal stitch. So you're saying stitch. the interface on. But the interface, this is, let's say this is my interface, then it has to go on here, and I'll stitch this on like this. I'll stitch it around the hole, right? Just a normal straight stitch around the hole, so that it'll look like this. Actually, let's put it like this so that it's very noticeable. This is my interface, so it'll look like this. But then there's all these raw edges here though. Or I guess, okay, so that's my interface. Okay. So I'm gonna sew everything. So let me do that right now. Just to kind of, we'll just sew a circle. Wait, hang on. So just so that I don't forget this. Okay, we're gonna sew, I'm gonna cut the hole. Okay, kind of like this. Wait, but with the hole too, you then push it inside out. No rough edges like the strap you did for the hat. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, so you're saying I need to flip the fabric. If I need to flip the fabric, doesn't that mean I need to start here on the right side up? I think I know what you're talking about. I think I understand. Like flip it inside out, right? Like the strap. Which means I need to do something like this. I think, okay. Or let me try, let me see if I'm doing this right. So I go down here, like this, okay. Like this, and I'm just gonna sew a circle. Oh. Okay, kind of like this. This. This, okay. And like this. And then out like this. Like this. Okay, so I think this is what you mean. Like this, oh my God, what did I do? Did I completely miss this? Dude, okay, hang on, let me redo this. I completely missed the edge. Oh my God, come on. Okay, I think I get it, where you can just flip it inside out. Then I guess I have to kind of consider the seam allowance of the fabric too, which I need to maybe account for that. I completely missed it. I don't know how I completely missed the inside. Okay, that was an epic fail. Okay, so let's just assume this is, okay, maybe I should be on this side then. Yeah. Epic fail. You didn't see that. Okay, kind of like this. And let's do it better this time. That was a complete fail. Like this. And then we'll flip this fabric right there. We'll go right there. I think we're still in line. Yeah, good. Right there, okay. We'll just keep following the edge of the inner eye hole. Uh-oh. There, okay. 2 donuts, dude. You won't see 2 donuts, mister. Wait, hold on. So one is the eye and one is the interface. Unless I'm supposed to cut out the eye patches at the same time. But that's not it, right? Okay. Maybe right there. Okay, I think that's fine. 2 donuts. I know. Okay. So here. So I got it like this. Dude, did I miss it? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Dude, am I missing this or what? What did I just do? Okay. I guess I completely missed it on this side. But I think that's just because the scrap piece of fabric is too small. But let's put that into practice where I flip it inside out. And then hopefully it gives us the result where we want it, where we want to hide the raw hem, just like the strap fabric. Okay, so if it's like this, and I left all this strip open for me to kind of push everything through, kind of like, oh my God. But okay, I'm assuming, okay, because this is the interface patch, I thought I would have to do this and then just cut this out later, right? Dude, I'm so dude, this is coming apart. I don't know why it didn't sew. Dude, okay, hold on. Let me get another piece of fabric. That's the correct size. Because this is not working. That's not how you'll, that's not it. I'm just trying to picture where I'm supposed to flip it inside out, like the strap of a hat, where I'm supposed to keep to hide the raw edges of this this hem of the eye circle. 2 donuts. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Where you have 2, okay. I think I know what you mean. Where it's 2 of the where it's 2 of these same ones. 2 donuts, okay. Oh my God, dude, this is actually getting kind of confusing right now. All just trying to freaking hide the hem, and I feel like I need to get a seam ripper too. I kind of put off buying a seam ripper because I feel like I didn't really need it, but kind of getting into these little projects. I'm assuming the interface is the donut that you're talking about, right? The interface needs to be the donut shape, and the donut shape needs to go around the eye hole of the mask. Dude, come on. Why is this not coming out? Oh, dude, that's so tight. Like this. Isn't this supposed to pull out? Interfacing, and then, okay, there we go. Okay, so let's cut a donut shape, I guess, out of this fabric, and then we could put it around. We could put it around that, and then I think I'm kind of understanding what it's supposed to be. Put the donut shape, put it around, sew it normally, and leave a little hole, and then flip it inside out, which hides pretty much all the raw edges and probably top stitch. Okay, so I need to create another donut shape. Oh, that's gonna be kind of interesting too. Like this. A donut shape. Okay, so here, like this. Let me clean this up a little bit because it's looking really frayed. Let me just cut some more off. I feel like after doing all the sewing thing, it just got super frayed after missing it a few times. So just gotta make the hole a little bit bigger. Like this. Okay, let's lock in. So I made the hole a lot bigger, and this is my other fabric, and I think I need to put it the right way up and put the interface above it, but in a donut shape. And then I need to cut out a donut shape interface. Wait. A donut face interface. Okay, hold on. So I need to hold on, let me, so maybe the shape of the interface needs to match, obviously, the shape of the eye hole. Like this. And then cut this out. So this is my interface fabric, and it's gonna be white. Okay, I need to make this into a donut shape. So let's cut this out first. I'm so confused right now. I feel like this might be the right way to do it, I think. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. As I'm like learning all these new techniques to hide the hems, I think that's what it's all about. And I think I kind of get it. I think I kind of understand where it means to sew it and then flip it. Okay, it has to be like this. A donut-shaped interface to cover the eye hole and give it strength. And also it will help hide the raw edges. So I don't need to, okay, there's that. And then now I need to match the edge like this to make it a donut shape, I think. Let me see, just make sure before I go do it, okay? So cut the edge, maybe a 1/4 inch. I guess this is what you call a seam allowance. Seam allowance. This is some accurate cutting, but I guess this is going to be much better than using just a double bias because it's just too thick. Okay, so here, this is the right side of the fabric, and this is the interfacing fabric that we'll be using. I feel like I kind of messed this up too. Like this. I think that's a perfect match. Yeah, okay, that's a perfect match. So this is gonna be the right side up. Don't make the donut too thin. Uh-oh, too late. I'll keep that in. I'll keep that in mind for next time. Okay, so this is the main fabric with the right side facing up, and this is the donut fabric. And so I'm assuming I need to sew, along this edge. I guess kind of close to the inside, right? And then once that's done, then when you flip this, you can flip this. So this is like, I guess what we're doing is kind of like almost a single bias. I think this might be considered like a single bias, which means I shouldn't so close to this edge. I should go more towards the middle, because I think then I'm going to have to cut this off this fabric on the inside. But let's try. I think that's what it is, which is kind of a good idea for keeping down the bulk maybe. But also I have to keep in mind that however thick I sew this is gonna, no, it's not gonna show on the front. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, so let's do that. So let me just keep this in mind. If this is a single bias, this is basically a single bias that I'm doing, with everything just cut out the way it is. So just, all right, let's just start. Let's start by sewing this right now. I think I'm overthinking it. I like to like overthink everything, but it never really, but I don't have enough experience to know if I'm doing it right or wrong. So there's no point overthinking it. Just have to do it and then look at the results and kind of adjust from there. So here we go. Let's go here. Let's start. We'll start like right here. And even the interfacing, I feel like I kind of cut it the wrong way right now. So I'm going to try to do this as straight as possible to follow the inside of the shape. Because when it folds, it has to be a very similar shape. Or else I'm going to have to cut it, the extra fabrics and stuff. Okay, let's go. Okay, so there's a lot. It's pretty much all curves. So I need to go like extra slow. This, and then just kind of lift the fabric, lift the foot, and just kind of start adjusting it. And just make a bunch of straight-ish lines as I can. Interesting. I feel like then I should just single bias this then, if this is the case. I feel like single bias might potentially be easier. I think the reason why I didn't really want to do the single tape bias is because I think for that it like kind of shortens, or it kind of widens the eye hole, I think, because you have to like, you lose a bit of fabric when you do the whole folding motion, which we're gonna see like really, oh shoot, we're gonna see right here coming up soon. Uh-oh, I think I messed up. Yeah, I made the donut way too small. I made the donut way too small and I'm paying for it right there. You're gonna see my mistake coming up. Oops, I made it right there too, right on the edge. Dude, this is not gonna be, okay, this is not gonna be good. I can already tell you that. This is not good. I already kind of messed up. I was a little bit too reckless, I think, with my sewing. But okay, I got the idea of it though, so I think it should be good. Although, okay. I don't think this is going to be able to flip over because I don't think there's enough fabric. I should have made it, yeah, I should have not really been so trying to make a freaking diet donut. To push it, oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. Yeah, I think I messed this up right here. The reason for the interface is not to bunch or touch the main fabric. And you'll need to cut a little triangle pizza slice out of the donut after sewing it and then push it in the hole. Okay, I think I get it. I think I get the theory. I get the theory, but I just need to put it into practice. But I feel like I don't have the stuff, but interesting. Yeah, I totally messed up my sewing here again. So I think if I do the single bias strip, it will, yeah, I think I get the idea. Thank you. I just don't have the materials with me right now to kind of do it, but I do get like the finishing technique, and it is probably a better option than this one because yeah, I think it will work. It's just I'm not sure how thick it's gonna be because we're talking about, that's a lot of layers, but I think I just need to keep making it. I think I just need to keep practicing it, and I think this is like something for tomorrow when I get let's see, what do I need? Interfacing fabric, just so that I could do this. And okay, so I guess what I do need is I need to pick up some, I don't have it, but I will pick it up tomorrow, and I think I need to continue this tomorrow. So that white sheer thingy, what sheer thingy? White sheer thing. White sheer thing. Okay, so I guess for this mask then I guess I would need a lining, interface and lining, I guess, to kind of really, oh, the strap for the hat. Oh, okay, wait. I totally forgot about that. The muslin fabric. Wait, okay. The muslin, okay. So this, I'm assuming you're talking about this fabric right here. Is this considered, like, what do you use for light? I don't understand. Like from what I read, it's like people said just use like polyester or just whatever. But this is that muslin fabric. But would this be okay? So what am I practicing right now? It's okay, so I feel like, okay, I have the main fabric mask. I have the main fabric. I have the interface and the lining. So I guess the step is do I make this okay, so I'm okay. I'm okay, so I need to cut out this shape of this mask and then put the interface on the eyes, cut it out, and then do the nose thing, and then line. I'm so confused right now. Wait. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, this sheer thing is for, I'm assuming we use what we have, but buy it for when you have it perfect. But I feel like interfacing, I think, okay, fine. Interfacing is like very specific, right? It's hard. It's a little bit harder, I guess. Wait, I'm trying to think. What am I doing now? The bias? Am I doing the single bias around the eye with the interfacing? So you're saying use this as interfacing. The muslin cloth. The reason for interfacing is not to bunch or touch the main fabric. You can practice. Wait. Don't make the donut too thin. So the donut. to make the donut. So you're saying use this fabric to make the muslin fabric. Okay. I think I understand that. So then, let me see. This is really thin. So then I guess right now, what I need to use this as pretend the interface. And then use this to, I guess, finish off the hem too by rolling it, right? I think if that makes sense. Okay, so then we'll cut this strip into 2 big donuts, and then we'll practice on the mask. You can make another donut for practice. Okay, I'm just gonna practice on this one, this mask that I made with the little pinched hole already, with the nose piece. So we'll practice on this one. Don't forget the strap. Okay, we're gonna do this. We'll make the fabric like extra thick so that I don't have a shortage just like I did right now. Let me see. Or groove. So make an eye-shaped donut. So I'm gonna make it a little bit wider than needed. So we're gonna do this, like this. And then on the bottom 2. And then we'll go kind of wider, way wider than probably necessary. But I guess being wider is better because if it's too short, then you kind of end up wasting fabric anyways, because you have to start over again. Yeah, the strap, yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. I just want to get this eye part down. Okay, hang on. And the strap is probably gonna be elastics, or maybe just bias fabric, to be honest, if I can make it. Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna cut this out real quick. So here, I made it really wide, and then we're gonna cut this out right here and then cut around. I guess we have to cut this out first. Cut this out. Oh my God, I feel like this project is like kind of getting real now. At first it was like kind of like a beginner, like kind of beginner intrigue, but now it's like, it's actually, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I drew out the eye shapes, and so I'm gonna cut out this eye patch and then make a bigger donut. I'm assuming that's what it is. And then we're gonna sew this around and flip it inside out. And this is acting like the interface. I'm assuming that's what we're gonna be doing right now. And then we're gonna use it on the mask where we already made that nose hole. But I feel like during the actual steps is if I'm supposed to use it, if I'm supposed to do this part first and then make the nose, that little nose, micro hem, I guess you would call it, or micro dart. Okay. This, I wonder if you could use this for the lining too, because it's actually really soft, this muslin fabric. And it'll be a nice soft little feature on the face versus the really scratchy fabric that the sequin fabric that I'm planning to make this mask with came with. Okay, here's the eye hole, one eye hole ready. So let me kind of cut this square, and then we could make it a really big donut shape, and then we could kind of do it on the mask that we made today for practice. And then we'll do the other eye hole afterwards. Okay, so don't make the donut hole too small, right? So I'm gonna, this is my donut hole. Let me change the camera angle to this. So put it both sides of the fabric on the same side, right? So we're gonna put this on the same side, and I'm going to pretty much sew. I'm just gonna try to trace this, sew it all along. And then I think I need to leave, well, I don't need to leave anything. Just flip it inside out after that. And then once everything is sewn, then we just flip this fabric to the back side and then stitch it. So I feel like right now, I don't think I should really sew it that close to this edge. I'll probably do like I'll try to go for an 1/8 of an inch or something. Maybe I should clip this because it kind of moves around too. All right, hold on. Let's clip this a little bit. This is probably like 2 clips just so that it doesn't move around too much. We'll do one eye at a time. And again, this is acting as the interface fabric, which is, I guess, to give some strength to this. Next time we'll use paper and stapler. Flip it so the main is on top. Oh, the main is supposed to be on top and the interface is supposed to be on bottom. Like this? Okay. These. Okay, wait. Let's cut this. And put the thread in here. Okay. All right, it's in. Got the bobbin thread. So you'll see the whole, well, okay. Okay, so okay, main on top, interface on bottom, and just follow this all the way down, probably quarter inch. I guess maybe follow this blue line that I drew earlier. Let's see, hang on. It's gonna be kind of like this. Give me a little guide all around. Okay. Okay, let's just try to sew on this little blue line as perfectly as I can all around. And let's hope for the best. Okay, like this. Maybe backstitch too. Okay. And then let's go. This, this. Ooh. Sewing curves is kind of like my first time sewing curves. This kind of, okay. This really does remind me of like a bias tape. Which makes me wonder if I could just use like an interface bias tape. I wonder if that would work. Instead of doing this, the donuts. But let's try this. Okay, like this. Okay. Uh-oh. Fabric. Oh, that's like so wide. Okay, whatever. I feel like it is getting done. Okay. Almost completing the circle. Oh my god, this is like... It's kind of reminiscent of the strap that I made. Oops, like this. And then we'll complete this stitch, I think, here. Like this. One, two. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. We made this interface around the hole. This donut is, I guess, not really a donut shape. And I left it like actually really huge. Now that I look at it, it's not even trimmed. But I guess I could always take care of that later after I flip it inside out. So here it is. This is the hole, and I'm assuming from here. Now we'll just flip this inside out so that when we do this, it's gonna leave no raw edges on this side. So let me see. Kind of like this. And of course we'll have to trim the interface fabric because it's way too thick. But I just didn't want to have like all this extras. So we'll just shove everything in the hole and it should come out. Wait, but that means that this will, oh, will this show? It won't show on the other side. I think I need to understitch it too to keep this interface fabric from showing on the front. We'll put it like this and then trim all the excess. Understitch it and then probably, damn, this does look like a bias though. And it's kind of scrunching right on the tips. Oh, but I think the reason, okay, I need to fold over this main fabric too. I see. Okay, so fold this side over. And then I think I need to understitch it so that it doesn't roll over to the top. That this, I guess you would call this the interface, is not gonna roll over. But that means I should trim this. That means I need to cut this before I roll it over because it's kind of too thick. Wait. Okay, so I sewed everything, but this is too thick, this part. So I need to trim this off a little bit, this excess, and then roll it over and then stitch it down. Understitching before trimming. Wait, so if I flip this, hold on. I'm trying to think. So push it. Okay, so you said understitch before trimming. Okay. So okay, let's push it again then. If I do this, okay, I'm gonna push it through again, and then I need to roll the fabric and make sure that I need to roll this. Okay, so it came all through on the other side. Like this. But I need to make sure that the top fabric and that the understitch or that the interface doesn't show up onto the top side. So that means I need to first understitch. So I guess, okay, first iron it so that it stays in place, and then understitch it, and then trim everything. But wait, hold on. So if I do it this way, there's still a raw edge. There's still a raw edge here though, which means I still need to do it like the bias method where it get this. I need to fold this over and then probably do one more stitch, which becomes like a top stitch. So it'll hide all the hands. But I think I think we'll do that right now. I'll iron it so that it stays in place, and then we'll understitch it, and then we'll trim off everything to make it even, and then we'll fold it, and then we'll hide the raw edges. I think that's the plan. Okay. You trim the raw edges. Okay, so I think I could trim. So okay, the only issue right now is okay, so if I unfold it, if I look at this, there's like, I feel like a lot of this on the inside I could trim off right up to like 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of the inch here, and just kind of make it even. So I think I'm gonna do that before, and then roll it over, and then what is it? And then iron it, and then understitch, and then trim, and then also hide the hem. Okay, I think that's oh my god, this is so but I do get it. So pretty much I'm making a bias with a single bias, kind of, with the interfacing, which I didn't realize. Okay, so I guess this is good practice. I'm gonna try to get this as close to the not as close, but just close enough where it gets rid of a lot of the bulk on the edge of the seam line, like this. So I think that's why I chose double. I chose like more double binding because I was kind of like intimidated. Yeah, I know it's a rabbit hole. I was kind of like intimidated about the fact that with single binding you do lose a little bit of, or your eye hole gets a little bit bigger, I think, or something changes with the dimensions. Okay. I know my scissor work is probably atrocious, but let's just get this done. We're making progress today. Thank you for all your help. I'm actually so excited to do like my first IRL streams with these masks. I think I could take off more of this too. It's a little bit chunky. Nah, that's fine. Okay. So now that I trimmed it, everything is like sort of even. Then I'm gonna push it back, and then we're gonna let's go back to the sewing. Oops. Overhead. We're gonna go back to the overhead angle. I need to get a better camera. I need I need one more actual camera where I can have the controls. Okay, and then we're gonna we're gonna iron this into place. So that we can then understitch so that the interfacing won't start rolling over onto the front. See, I actually did a lot of research on like understitching because I had no idea, and then I did some research on it. I was like, what exactly is understitching and why is it important? And then I kind of did my homework a little bit. So I think if this is the case, then I need to make sure that the fabric is a little bit, the main fabric is a little bit behind, or is peeking through a little bit, just slightly on this side. Because we don't want the interface fabric peeking through the front. I think that's supposed to be a no-no, right? And that's the whole point of understitching, is to prevent that from happening. So, like I said, man, with sewing, you would think that like sewing, the actual act of sewing is really important, but it kind of feels like that's just like, that's not like the really important part, right? The important part is all this prep work that you do. And I think the better you do this part, the easier it gets to sew later on. Dude, these curves are actually kind of crazy. Okay. And I think there's just too much fabric. I probably should have trimmed some of the fabric. Oh, I almost burned myself. Okay. And I feel like if this is the case, then I need to, I should probably just make bias tape out of the interlining. Because I feel like that might be much easier. I think. Let's just do this tonight. Get the experience. Okay. I know my ironing skills might be a lot better than before. But yeah, okay, let's fold that into place and iron it down like this. This is the back. Man, these curves are just making it so hard. It feels like it doesn't want to stay. And I think that's why understitching is so important, especially on these tight curved areas, because it naturally just wants to shift. The fabric just, I feel it's like kind of fighting, where it just naturally wants to shift back and just roll. So I think, yeah, this is a really good prep step that I kind of forgot about, actually. I'm not really so used to like ironing, but I think I have to get in a better habit of it. Okay, wait, I think I'm almost done though. Let me see, there's just a little bit left to kind of press. Like right here, and I think that's gonna be it. Like this. Let's just do small sections at a time. It's not really folding. Okay. And then this should be the final corner. Wow, yeah. Is it kind of pinching? Yeah, it's kind of pinching. And I think that's because of the nose area. So I think that there's not really much I can do about it. And I don't think it's going to be really even that visible later. Like I feel like it's one of those things where it's visible to me now because, you know, like I'm the one making this thing and I'm just seeing it like right there. Okay, so everything's pressed. It actually looks really professional. I was being kind of serious, but I know if you're watching. How'd I iron it? Okay. So here, I did iron it. Let me show you a close up, actually. So you can see right here. I kind of ironed it right on the edge where the front of the fabric and the interfacing is just right there. So now that if I just sew it right here, then it's just going to be the back stitching, and hopefully that should prevent this from coming up. So let's put this, like, I think you're supposed to do it as close as you can to the edge, if I remember correctly. I think you're supposed to like do it very close to the edge, probably like 1/8 of an inch or less, I guess, depending on how you how good you are, how accurate you can get. But here we go. Let me see. So this, and I think over here the key is to take the time. Take the time and just go slow, I guess. Okay, I pierced the fabric. And then now, I guess just do a few stitches. Like, I'll start by hand and then do a reverse stitch. So I could back stitch just one. Okay, and then let's go slowly. Oh, I'm nervous. It feels like it's like for realsies right now. Like for realsies. Okay. I'm like, I'm not used to sewing curves. So the curves are kind of like throwing me off too. And this motor, or this sewing, make sure it's neat. Okay, okay. That's good. Okay, yeah, it looks good so far. It looks good so far. And okay, right there, perfect, I think. Yeah. Okay. Is that good? Can't see. And then just keep going straight. Right there. One more. Okay. And let's curve it. Did I go too far? Maybe a little bit. Uh-oh. Going a little bit too fast and too wide. Yuck. Okay. Can't do anything about that. Let's just go slower. Let's slow it down a little bit. Okay. A little bit wide, but I guess that can't be helped. It went from like 1/8 of an inch to like almost 1/4 of an inch. I'm like kind of pulling the fabric now. I guess that doesn't really matter because it's the understitching, so you can't really see it, and it won't really see it from the top either. But I guess, I don't know, it feels like sewing the curves is kind of a challenge. Sewing on the curves, a bit challenging. Okay. This. And then the final curve. And we're pretty much back to the starting point, W. Okay. Use this. This, okay, I think we're pretty much back to the front now. Okay. Me back stitch. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we got the oh my goodness, had to get different scraps for each one and trim them. I'm making letters and numbers flashcards. Letters and number flashcard from fabric, that's all so much. Yeah, I get it. A 3x3. That's a cute idea though. And I bet that's kind of a lot of work too. Okay. So here we can see not really the cleanest. Wait, is this an understitch? Wait, how come you can see it from the top? Okay, baby. Understitching. I think I need to reevaluate. I need to restudy because I know you're not supposed to see it from the top, and you could clearly see it from the top. So I think understitching. Yeah, I messed up. This is not understitching. Wow, I totally messed up. Okay, yeah, I totally messed up. I know what I did wrong. This is not understitching. I was supposed to go with the understitching. Okay, so the difference is understitching. You're supposed to go against you're supposed to sew against the seam allowance, which basically I didn't do, and you could totally see it on the top. And I'll remember that for next time. So now I just need to trim. I guess I need to trim this, right? The interface, and then roll it and then stitch it so that it'll just hide all the raw edges. And I think that's it. And that'll be the interfacing that will just like strengthen, I guess, around the eyes. But I'm curious what interfacing feels like. Okay. Damn, I thought I had it, but I completely messed it up right now. Unfortunate. I'm just trimming off the excess fabric. Let me see. Like this. Dude, 3x3 scraps for all the letters and alphabets. I'm pretty sure that's gonna turn out like really colorful and fun. That's your project that you're working on. I wonder if you're gonna make 2 sets, one for each one. Okay, so here it is. Let me show you on the close-up. This is what it looks like. So now, I guess the plan is, the bit rate is lower than the. Okay, so now I guess the plan is I need to roll this, right? I need to roll this and like roll this up like this and then sew it so that it hides the raw hems. And I think that's it. And after I do that, it should be good. So let me just sew this, or let me press it, because I think this is gonna be much more easier if I press it first, because it has a shape. Right? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, right? Just do this, and then it'll just hide the hems, and it will be pretty much done after the fact. because once you roll this part, then it's just pretty much that's it. It's just you roll this up and you sew it, and it should hide everything. Hide all the raw edges, no raw edges peeking out. No rolling, you just sew it? See, I think that's where I'm getting confused because wait, aren't I supposed to hide all the raw edges? Unless the interfacing hides it for you. Does the interfacing like fray? I thought this was like something you're supposed to do. You roll it like a bias strip. Like this? See, that's where I'm getting kind of confused is because I thought you're not supposed to have like raw hems, or you're not supposed to have raw edges, which is like the whole point of like the whole hemming and bias strips and stuff. And so that's why I was assuming that we were doing this like kind of with the interfacing and kind of using the interface as the like the bias strip to hide the edges. Because there's like the main fabric has the raw hem in the bottom too. And then this is where the interfacing is just kind of good at hiding it right here. If you roll it and then you sew it like this. So then the interfacing doesn't have raw edges as well, like this. If that kind of makes sense. Like you roll it right here. Why isn't it rolling? Come on. Okay, like this. I guess kind of. Like this. Like I'm just like all this stuff is I guess kind of not really having a actual good foundation of this. It's just like leaving it a lot to I guess like guesses, and then like whatever you kind of pick up from like learning tutorials and stuff. But I think that's where the having a foundation like actually, oh my god, I almost burned myself. I guess comes into play, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna roll this part. And I guess that's where not having the donut shape too small comes in handy too. Okay. Like this. Oh my god. But immediately I can already tell that this is so much more thinner, that I think I'm gonna like the look of this much more better than using the double bias tape, using the single bias tape method. And I think even with the zigzag stitch on the edges of the mask is gonna be, I think, like much more, I don't know if it's cleaner, but it just kind of works better at finishing it and making it more lightweight and thinner. Do the other eye? Wait, no, I want to finish this one. No, but yeah, one thing about me is I'm a little bit OCD. I'm actually people in my other chat. They know how OCD I can get about things, and so they kind of make fun of me about that. So yeah, you're completely right. So like tasks like this, oh my god, yeah, I have to do it right. It won't matter. But okay, that's the thing that I'm trying to understand, right? Is because like I thought you weren't supposed to have raw edges at all, because then it's just like the fabric frays and then kind of destroys, uh, you know, the garment pretty much. And like even though this is on the inside, it's still like all exposed fabric. If that makes sense. But honestly, I feel like later, if I'm gonna actually do this with interfacing tape, I think making the bias tape with the interface is actually kind of the move versus doing this, because it'll make it so much faster. I could already picture Eve is just like, damn, he's rolling it a little bit at a time. But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do a little bit more research, I guess. I guess that's the next thing. It's just all about like, kind of like hemming, like what's allowed to like not be hemmed and what can just be left alone if hemming is actually required on everything. Because that's where it's a little bit confusing for me. Okay, I'm almost done. Final corner. And then we'll sew this. We'll sew this down, right? That's what you meant? You just flip it inside out and then you sew it down like this. But it's kind of crazy how I learned about top stitching the other day. Like literally like 2 days ago, I learned about top stitching. Or not top stitching, understitching. And then I thought I was doing it right now, but I completely did it wrong. Okay, I finished with the rolling, so I guess now I have to stitch this down, right? So that it doesn't have any exposed hems here. This is kind of like a bias. Okay, so this is gonna be quick. I'll make this quick. Oh my god. Okay. Sewing around these corners is kind of tricky. Oh my god. Kids are cranky today. It's drizzling and cold. I'm assuming you make food for them. So do you make like warm soups when it's like that? When it's like the weather's all like not good outside? I could kind of tell. I could kind of picture it being gloomy. Okay, oops. And then you give them something nice and hot to drink. So like kind of warm them up a little bit. Okay, almost done. Yo, I can't wait to do this with real interfacing fabric, because I'm kind of curious what that actually feels like. And let's see how this affected our nose hole. Okay, here we are. I'm assuming this is what you meant, right? Where you kind of flip it inside out to kind of hide the hems. And Now I ended up with double seams on the outside. Let's take a look. Hang on. Interesting. This is so much thinner, actually. I like it. And I guess... Oh, I think I just realized my mistake. I think I just... Okay, I think I realized why what I just did is unnecessary, like hiding the hem. It just occurred to me that, see, for me, I was just used to, like this was going to be the final product. But then I just now realized that there's going to be a lining. And because there's a lining, I don't need to hide all the raw edges. Right? I just need to understitch this so that it doesn't roll over. And I could just have the interface just kind of like sloppy because it doesn't matter, because there's going to be another layer of lining that's going to cover all this. And I think that's what you meant when you said it doesn't matter because it's on the inside. I think that's what you meant, right? Because there's going to be another layer just covering all this. It doesn't... Yeah, okay. The raw edges, the raw hems doesn't matter because it's going to be covered with a lining. And I think I just realized that right now. Yeah, I did mangle it a little bit. But let's see if it still keeps the structure of the nose. That's what I'm really kind of curious about. Okay, let's see. Kind of? I guess, yeah, it does still have the shape. I think I just need to iron it. But I'm not what you meant. Oh. But okay, so if I do have a line, I think I need to look that up. If I do have a lining, then that means I don't really need to hide the raw hem of these fabrics, right? I could just leave it as is because it's gonna get covered by the lining anyways, and it's not exposed. But yeah, it did get kind of mangled at the end. Let me see how this looks. Damn, I really wish I could see. Oh man, I'm gonna have to review the video, but this is kind of what it looks like with the interfacing around the eye, I guess to give it like more structure. And the nose shape, it is, I think if I press it a little bit more, it is there. It is there. And the shape did get a little bit, I think I need to do better with the sewing around the eye because it is kind of pulling. It did get kind of mangled, not gonna lie. But I think that's more of a skill issue. And damn, I think honestly, I'm gonna need to kind of practice more with this. It's a different game with the lining because the donut will be to your face. People only see the fabric. Oh, I see. Okay, I think I know what you mean. Where it doesn't matter because it's like kind of hidden away in the back. But I think I'm gonna need to kind of do more research on this, right? But I'm so glad we got something accomplished. This little nose bump was such a huge win today. But I think interfacing fabric, I think I will pick that up tomorrow just because that is something that I want to play around with. And I'm going to make some more, I guess, test masks. And like you said, with the straps, that's something that I'm going to have to kind of think about too. And I think that's just interface and elastics is what I need to kind of complete this. And yeah, no, it was definitely interesting progress today. Once again, Eve, thank you so much for your help. But I think I have to end it for here tonight. That's why I kind of started a little bit early. But I think I'm gonna have to end it here tonight. So I'll probably be back on tomorrow or Wednesday, definitely. And so, never hem an interface. Okay, I'm gonna do a lot more research about all that stuff though. I think it's the hemming and stuff that's like kind of throwing me off. and making me kind of do stuff that I probably don't need to do, right? And so I will be looking more into it, and this is so much fun, and I feel like we are making kind of good progress. So thank you for the tips again today, and we're gonna continue this, and I want to get to the point where we're working with the actual fabric. The sequin fabric is gonna be completely different. So I hope you, if you're working on your project today too, I hope it goes way better than mine, much faster, and hopefully your kids won't give you too much trouble today. I'm gonna go to sleep soon. It's really hot. Thank you. I'll see you again real soon. Bye.